And we're back. So guys, I had my face on and skincare is done, SPF, eyes, base, laid. So let's get into these products. Okay, brush picks it up. I mean, that's some pigment there. So, but I picked this like Jeffree Star Morphe brush because I like the way it applies powder very lightly. So, just gonna see. And I know that I've made fun of the fact that like, um, okay, so she's showing up, and I like that it's not like super dark. It's not as consistent as I'd like it to be. I mean, I feel like I have patches here, here, and I get that that's by my hairline. I'm gonna try and blend her in, but like, you see how it's like darker here, but then it's like super lighter here, and like the bronzer is patchy, and that's worrisome because a bronzer shouldn't be patchy. It needs to be very smooth and easy to blend, very buttery. And I feel like it's not the brush because I used this brush plenty of times to like apply bronzer, blush, and I like it because it's very light-handed. That's a little bit better, but I really have to like finesse this product into the skin. Really have to finesse it. Like, I gotta like work this in there. Okay. I may just go over with some setting powder just to like help smooth out and blend some of this, because this bronzer so far, it's a choice. Certainly a choice. All right, and I did put setting powder, like translucent, just Laura Mercier translucent setting powder over my foundation, just to like get it to just kind of lay down nicely and just be smooth. And I didn't want to. I was worried about some of these like products, like this bronzer, that it might be like too grabby and patchy. So I was like, well, this will really help the application. Clearly not. Yeah. That is not the case, baby. Look at how snatched I look. Imagine, just look at this. 20, 24. 20, 24. Thank God I'm using this powder brush because this is really being super light-handed with it. And even with me blending it in, it's still not a consistent like application. Like I could see it's grabbing and it's patchy here. I already told you that this whole area was like so weird by the eyebrows and the way it grabbed. And I had to really push this into the hairline. Huh. You already know. Why even give my thoughts on it? Why give the final thoughts? You already can see. You can see what's happening. You can see this tragic story unfolding. I mean, the bronzer's okay. I mean, nothing special there, honey. Ain't nothing special there. But I want to see this blush, and like I said, let me swatch this again so y'all can really believe me when I tell you who is this gonna show up on. Okay? Who is this gonna show up on? This is literally for Snow White and Snow White only. It's just too light of a color, so I'm gonna, once again, I'm using like a really soft applicator that like really deposits powder and pigments very softly and nicely. This is emphasizing texture. I could already see it like breaking up in like flakes on my skin the minute I apply it. Oh God, the things I am forced to do. This is, oof. This is a dusty, dusty, honey. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, honey. That looks terrible on my skin. It literally emphasizes so much texture. I've never seen a product break up. Like, look how scaly this looks. And that's not my skin, okay? I exfoliate and I'm on my skincare. I can tell you right now, that is not my skin. That is scales, honey. I have scales on my face. I am a fish. I am a snake. I am an amphibian, honey. I am a reptile. This is ugly. This is ugly. This highlighter is just jack, doo-doo, ugly, ugly. And I'm gonna put it on the other damn cheek because might as well just complete the duty look. Like, once again, it is really picking up every bit of texture and it just gets so clumpy into the skin. It's just spots of silver on me. Like, this is so flaky, and the way that it has just emphasized the texture on my cheekbone, that is not okay. This is ugly. This is the ugliest highlighter I've ever used in my life. This is just absolute garbage. This, no, I'm already bothered because I don't even think my final thoughts on that one, baby. That's a cancel. She is canceled. She is done. Miss Black Widow, honey, that highlighter, girl, I know you're not putting that on your cheek, baby. I know you are not, mama. Girl, that is a mess. I'm kind of go in. Yeah, this is hideous. This is hideous. Looks absolutely atrocious on me. Let me see. I also have the powder brush. Let me see about putting some setting powder to kind of like set all this down. Oh. I mean, it picks it up fine. It actually picks up a lot. Whew, baby. I'm hoping some magic setting powder can kind of help smooth this out and like kind of bring it all together, because I am looking really, really scaly. Like, I look like I have some sort of like condition on my cheekbones. The powder brush, not bad. I mean, grabs powder, does the job. So this so far so good is okay. I mean, the blush brush, it put on more blush. It did what it was supposed to do, but not wowed away by this blush brush. So, oh God, this is really hateful. I feel like this is me being tortured and I'm a spy who got caught. Like, this is what happened to me because I got caught. It's so ugly. I have this flat packing brush and then I have like this rounded blending brush. Like, these are the only two brushes that were for the eyes out of the whole brush collection, which was a powder brush, a blush brush, and that's it. So, okay. Let me put a base on. Let me see if I can smooth this out. Dust, dusty. She is dusty. Dust, honey. She is dusty. Dust, baby. She is dusty. Oh. This looks like a hot ass clown mess. This looks like some straight up clown mess. Honey, this color right here, baby, this they straight up put chalk. They said, I'm gonna just put some chalk up in this pan, and that's the eyeshadow called Chalky Dust, because this is a travesty, okay? It is. All this for what? I mean, it's not even fully. It's like, there's a whole area right here where it's like not laying down. Let's just try again. This brush is terrible. Because for something that's supposed to pack on shadow, it is like so tight. Like, can you hear that? Like, it is so stiff, it hurts to put this on my eyes. And the shadow is so patchy. There's a whole patch right here. There's also some patchiness right here. Okay, it's not wanting to blend, and I'm taking their Duty blending brush. I feel like all the pigment is kind of gone and not as dense as it should be, and that's a flat, like, matte white color. It's like a bone color. Patchy. It's already faded away, and I feel like using the blending brush just like essentially just kicked it all off. Like, I don't feel like it did anything. Well, there's no fallout, which is nice. This eye came out a little bit better than this one, and so it's very inconsistent with the powder. It's very, very inconsistent with the powder, because this one came out like pretty decent, and this one is just like a patchwork quilt. So, okay, feeling so excited for this look. So I have the color Safe House, and that's what I have on the base. I'm gonna take this color Fighter, okay, and I'm gonna take that and just kind of work that into the crease. I'm just gonna take the same blending brush. Once again, like super, super dusty, and like literally just full of kickback. Just dust everywhere. Okay, so this is in the crease, and it wasn't that bad. I don't know what's going on with this left eye, but this left eye looks much better than this right eye. Like, when I look at this, I could still see the patches, and the color did not want to like go consistently smooth here, but I did it on the left eye, and it looks a little bit more smoother in the application. I mean, this is really very inconsistent. These shadows, there is a clear performance issue. Like, these shadows don't come on and wear as consistently nice as they should. That's actually not bad. Yeah, I mean, such a difference in the brush and packing this on. And this color Covert, like, it's just a nice like brown. It's got like a little bit of it has a little bit of a red tone in it. So it is nice, it's very pretty. It's a solid, decent color. I think the brush makes a huge difference. Huge, huge difference. It's like a much more cleaner, like precise like application than the other one. Like, night and day. I mean, better shadows would blend easier and not make me work so hard, because I don't like to work hard when I'm doing the makeup. I want really beautiful looks that are like effortless to like create. And this is not really wanting to play. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't really care about the other colors in the party. I am working this, honey. I'm about to get carpal tunnel syndrome over here from all this blending. I don't know if it's the brush or if it's the powder. I think it's the powder, not the brush, because I've used this brush before. But like, it's very hard to blend this. Like, it took me forever just to get like this outer part softened up. That's gonna have to do. And you're just gonna have to deal with that too, because I can't blend no more. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I ain't doing it no more. That's the color, baby. Take a look, take a gander. You can only do so much. Only so much is in my control. After that, baby, it's out to the universe. I can do nothing more. This is like night and day. The brush was not it. Listen, when in doubt, put glitter over it, honey. That solves everything. I'm not really a fan of using my fingers to get like shadows to work. I just think that that's ridiculous. Like if I can't use a makeup brush with your product, what's going on? So Safe House, Fighter, Covert, Power, Undercover, and Agent are these colors. And, you know, it is very to get this color. So, I mean, just looking at this like metallic color story, so you look at the matte, and then you look at the metallic. It's, the color story is not bad. It's just, the shadows are very inconsistent and they're just very patchy and they just don't want to play. Like they don't want to work. And I'm working and finessing and fandangling and maneuvering and it just doesn't want to work. So with that being said, like I'm just gonna like add a little bit of like powder here just to kind of brighten it up. Oh, there's some fallout. Oh, Christ. I have some red fallout right here and right here. Here, there's a little spot. Yeah, I'm so bothered with these shadows. Such a mess. All right, guys, so I'm putting on this liner here, and this is the lip kit in the Lipstick Strong, which I told you is like that really kind of nice pinky kind of beigey nude color. And then this is the liner that I'm putting on. Now the liners are really creamy. They come on really, really nicely. I think it's a gorgeous color. I mean, honestly, I kind of want to wear the lip liner color more than the actual lipstick. But, you know, it's a review, baby. It's a try on, honey. So I guess I'll be forced to wear the whole lip. But like I said, it's a nice color. So it's not like I'm so like, oh, I don't want to wear this color. I just think the lip liner color in itself is a much prettier nude with this eye look I have, which is like this like rusty brown red potential staph infection, rusty nail, like doo-doo glitter dust crapola eye that I have. Like that's what this is. And that's what I'm getting. So it is what it is. And I'm making do with what I got. All right, people. So nobody come for my neck on this one, okay? Well, the liner is very nice. So I do think that's a good one. And I actually just heard from my sister that, you know, the Ulta Collection makeups are usually like not good, but the things that can be good and that usually are like, can be like hit or misses, but there are some good products are the lip products. So I'm feeling a little optimistic. And it's just like a traditional kind of satin lipstick. I would say it's a little bit more on the creamier side, just a bit, just a little bit more, not glossy, not dewy. It just has a little bit more slick. I think when I think of satin, I think of more of like a semi-matte finish. And I would not say this is semi-matte. I would say it's more like semi-dewy, semi-glossy. None of that makes sense, but okay. I am giving you Dirty Mud Brown Water Bronzer Realness. Okay, honey, I am giving you Rusted Nail Staph Infection Eye Look. Okay, honey. And I am giving you Miss Kim K Lips. And that's like the only thing I like on this look, baby. Other than my own, like, I like my little wings, I love my little baby wings I did today. But that's, honey, that's me. That ain't the makeup, baby. And that sure as heck ain't no makeup from Miss Black Widow in Ulta. No, ma'am. So, all right, that's the look, honey. So expect the check-in, baby. And then also, I'll give final thoughts, too. And, you know, I tried these brushes, too, for a minute. So you're going to find out about that. But stay tuned, honey, because you're going to get the business. Hey, guys. So I'm doing my midday check-in, and it's like 2 in the afternoon. And I got to tell you, honestly, like, it's not that bad. I thought that by the next hour, I would literally have my eyelids flaked off onto the floor. But it is not like that. So, I mean, you could see here, you know, she tried her best to make it work with the blending.
and the look is not that bad. It could be a lot worse. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but I did also want to draw some attention to these lips. They're dried out. I've had them on for like 5 hours now, over 5 hours, and I haven't retouched it. I've just been like drinking and using straws. I haven't eaten anything, so they're not completely demolished, but so far so good. But my concern with it though is that yes, it's a cream lipstick. Yes, it's gonna dry out, but can you like see, like, I just feel like the texture on my lips is so overly emphasized. So I don't know if I'm like crazy about it. I've had other cream lipsticks from other brands um, that when they dry out, they don't, like, it doesn't clump up and leave like a bunch of like texture on your skin, and it doesn't emphasize like texture on your lips. So that's what I don't like about it. But so far overall, it's fine. I think the bronzer and the blush and the highlighter look better on my skin because my skin, I've like literally been doing stuff like moving stuff, taking stuff apart, cleaning, and I've been working on that stuff today. Um, so we're gonna be moving soon, and so like I feel like the oil and the moisture from like all that is like really what's making this look a little bit better because it's like the longer you wear a foundation, like it's like it looks better throughout the day, the way you like, because the way it'll like sit and melt into the skin, like that's a good thing. So I feel like it looks better, but it's still like, baby, you can see all the speckled dots, honey. You can make a constellation from all the flakes on my flesh right now of that highlighter. That highlighter is still a hard no, and that blush is like still too light. It's pretty. I don't mind it. I just think it's too chunky and too crumbly, and I don't have time for that. I don't want to look like that. So that's a no. We already know that. You already know that on the final thoughts, baby. You knew at the moment I put on my face. Ain't nothing new there. Hey guys, morning. This is me trying on the other color, I think called Strong, the berry color. Gorgeous, pretty lip liner, sharp, defined, creamy, buttery, works good, looks nice there. I look crazy because I am wearing such a dark, moody lip with nothing else on my face. Like, I genuinely feel like I am somebody's like lesbian mother who like was working on the garage in the morning while the kids were off at school, and they got called in to like deal with something that happened at school, and I'm bothered, and I look bothered too. So that's what I feel like I'm doing, like a grungy, like lesbian kind of moment. Like working at the house and bothered by her children misbehaving. So I don't know where that fantasy came from, but it's the fantasy anyways. I'm gonna just keep wearing this lip and I'll give you updates later. Okay, so my final thoughts on this berry lip is pretty much the same as the other lip, is that it is a cream lipstick, it does the job. I think this one's a little bit better about not showing so much texture or exaggerating texture on the lips once it dries down. But I still think that like it's a decent lipstick. It's not bad. I mean, I think the lip products are certainly going to be the best thing about the about the entire collection. So yeah, so those are the thoughts on this color, which is Strong, I believe. So yeah, all right. So we'll do the next lip next. Okay guys, so I just put on the thick lip gloss, and I think this is in the color New York. But these are the glossy tubes that I've been really wanting to try, and I have to tell you, like, it is so thick, it is so goopy, and I had to put so much on because this color was so patchy and it just would not just go on in an even swipe. I had to keep going on over and over. It tastes disgusting. It smells like paint, and the texture feels like literal like tacky, goopy paint. Like, it doesn't feel good. The only thing that I think going for it is that, you know, the shine is nice, but it just smells terrible. It tastes terrible. Very inconsistent, very patchy, and you know, we'll see what happens and what the dry down looks like. Like I said, I'm still painting, so yeah, this is the other color, so we shall see. Hey guys, I'm back at my current apartment, And I'm putting on the red lip now because we're gonna see how she does. Love the color, glossy, but still thick, still goopy. And definitely I'm gonna have to be I'll have to be reapplying after I eat because this is gonna go everywhere. You know, definitely using a liner I think will help prevent things from getting too far out, but I didn't feel like the pink moved. I think that is a plus, that the previous gloss as well as this one, they don't move around too much. They're just thick, sticky, and heavy, so when you do have to eat or drink, you know, there's so much of it that there's bound to be movement. So even if you did like line your lips and stuff like that, like to prevent it from bleeding, I didn't feel like it bled. I just felt like the color, I just felt like it was so heavy and thick. It makes it very kind of hard to like wear it comfortably. Does that make sense? And so same thing with this red. I just put it on, and so it's only been like 30 minutes now, but I just wanted to kind of check in, and then I'll do a final thoughts on this.
I think y'all already know what my thoughts are. So just taking out this face palette, I think this is a sham. I think this is nothing like what Miss Black Widow would wear. You know she is using the only good makeup, honey. So this is janky. And I'm sorry, Miss Ulta Beauty, but your makeup is not known for its wear, its performance. It's not known for its quality, honey. Okay? This is messy. This bronzer, first of all, is too dark for someone who's fair. It's just too dark. Okay, it works fine for me, the color, but it's so patchy, so inconsistent. I had to do so much work to get this bronzer to zhuzh. And when I say work, baby, I'm not just talking about, oh, I had to put the bronzer on and try and blend it. I put the bronzer on, tried to blend it. I had to put foundation back on like my beauty blender and kind of smooth it out a little bit. I had to go put setting powder, then I had to diffuse it with foundation powder. Like, baby, too much work to get this product to work. You shouldn't have to do 80 steps to make something work. I just don't care. Like, there's no excuse. Like, if your thing is so awesome and great, it should work alone on its own as like a testament to how great it is. If it doesn't, it's trash. Trash, baby. Hot garbage. Garbage, trash, waste, honey. This highlighter is probably the worst highlighter I've ever tried in my life, okay? This highlighter literally broke apart on my cheek. And now that I've been wearing it for a while, I've gotten sweaty and oily with it, like, it doesn't look that bad because, like, you know, when you wear something out, it kind of zhuzhes it. But also too, mama, I'm gonna chalk that up to how good my foundation is. I think everything looks nicer because all the oils and sweat have mixed with my foundation and have just kind of juiced and warmed and kind of blended and softened everything up. I think that has nothing to do with the actual highlighter. This is the worst highlighter. It has little to no reflection, and yes, you could catch a little bit on my cheek, but like, most people don't like this type of like a dull shimmer. It's just dull. It's dull, it's chalky, it's pasty. I'm bothered. The blush is just too light. It actually was not bad, and I actually thought that applied really pretty, and it actually was really soft, and it kind of, that little touch of that soft pink peach actually was nice with the bronzer. So the blush isn't that horrible. It's just too pale. I had to work it in and like finesse it. So, you know, do with that what you will, but nobody is gonna buy this face palette for like 20 bucks. Nobody's gonna buy this if only one product out of the 3 works. So this is a hard pass, and not just this isn't a pass, baby, this is a miss, okay? Don't buy this. This is not recommended. Like, I'm bothered that now I have this, and so, you know, I'm stuck with it, so oh well. And in terms of the eyeshadows in this palette, like, everything about the packaging is stellar. We know that. Like, it's Black Widow, it's Marvel, like, it's all of those good things. But these matte colors, which great tie-in for the brushes. Let's talk about this. This flat brush for your eye is like taking a dusty, dry broomstick and dragging it across your eyelid. Does that sound pleasant to you? No, it doesn't. Because this is essentially a dry, old, dirty broomstick that you are rubbing on your eye, honey. This is not it. This was terrible at picking up powder and packing it on consistently. This eye was so patchy when I was trying to put everything on. I had to go back on with my own products to try and make it work, which you already know how I feel. If I have to put more work to make yourself work, like we have a problem, like I don't like this equation. So this brush was terrible. The blending brush was not that bad. It was okay. It was a little bit softer, the bristles. I mean, it's really cute. The clear, the Black Widow signal, the logo, like the black and red ombre bristles, like that's all cute and dandy, but like, I'm not buying this for like, just cause it's Black Widow, honey. I'm buying it also too, cause I want performance. If you can't perform, then honey, you need to get off stage. And this is to me, like, you could buy something cheaper that'll do the job better. And Morphe, I think, is that go-to. And this is a hard no. No, ma'am. And the blush brush, okay, nothing special. It was powdery, but once again, you're paying for the Marvel name and you're not really paying for like true quality. And also the bristles are very plasticky. The powder brush was actually probably the softest out of all of these and my favorite. Cause I actually really don't have like, this is my powder brush and it's like the domed, like super fat one. And this is really good for like when I wanna apply like powdered foundations and like really get in there and build coverage. This, I think like a traditional like big powder brush is just really great for like setting powder, an all over powder, like a foundation powder. And like, I think this is nice. And I actually may hold on to this. I probably won't return this one because I actually don't have anything like this in my collection. So this is decent, okay, out of all the brushes. But the rest of the brushes are really passable. They really are. And honestly, I'm sure Ulta has like their own brand of a powder brush that you can buy that is essentially not Marvel branded and you can get that at any time. So yeah, so there's that. So those, I talk about the brushes because these powders were really inconsistent. I showed you guys the swatches. I showed you guys how patchy, inconsistent, how just really like poor quality these shadows were. And the mattes had better swatches. And I think that they showed up pretty solid on my eyes, and it's not bad. It's not like a bad eye look. It's not the worst thing I've ever worn. It's just that it took too much work. And literally the brushes, even like my own brushes, were having a hard time picking up the shimmers and the metallics like on the actual brush to apply. And I had to use my finger, which, you know, sometimes it's fine, but also there's times too where I don't feel like digging my fingers into my makeup. I'm not 4 years old at a birthday tea party. Like, come on. Like, I'd like to be able to be an adult grown woman who uses her own makeup brushes. Is that so hard to ask for? So this is a no. I think that the color stories, like these colors, okay, I like that. I see that. I see some red, blue, green, like some shade shifters, you know what I'm saying? And like, I like the matte, and I think it's a good combination of colors. It's just the quality is just abysmal. Like, no, it's just bad, 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 bad. And finally, the lipstick, Lipstick Strong. It's not bad. I actually really like the liner. The liners themselves are not bad. The price point is not bad. I feel like it's just like your standard liner, but I do feel like it is really creamy. This is still a nice, like bricky peach, kind of terracotta, not so dark brown. And that was a gorgeous color, and there's still little traces of it. So I think the liner is awesome, and I think the lip products are actually decent. The only thing I didn't like about the lipstick is just that like sometimes like if it's like too waxy and like too cheap, or if the formulation is not like made too well, I prefer things to be creamy and more creamy from like oils and butters than for it to be creamy from like some sort of like waxy sort of substance. And I felt like this just kind of clumped up a little bit too much when it dried, and there was just too much texture. So I would say try it out for yourself. I do think that it could possibly work for you, but I do feel like there are other more affordable options out there, especially at the drugstore, that there's a lot of brands that their lipstick game slays, honey. It slays the house down. And so I feel like there's just better choices for you. Gorgeous color, and it lasted a pretty solid time. It wasn't like, okay, after the hydration was gone, like, yeah, there was still pigmentation. But it's still a cream lipstick, baby. It can only last so long. So, that's not really the biggest thing. I just think that's what it looks like once it dries down. And I think that's that's one thing that a lot of people forget. Is like, what is this gonna look like after it's all said and done, it's dried up? Because if I look like, my lips look like literally the Sahara Desert plain with the cracked earth and there's ridges and grooves, baby, get the monsoon here, okay? We're not doing that. So that was not it, but those are my final thoughts for the eyeshadow palette, the face palette, and for the lipstick Strong, the lipstick kit in Strong. That was, and also the brushes too, like I said, these brushes, they're past. This is the only decent one, and I'll probably just keep this one so I just don't have to like bother returning it, but like, I actually didn't mind this. Well, you know what? I'm gonna return it all, girl. I can go get my own nice powder brush from Miss Morphe. Goodbye. Yeah, so those are my final thoughts on all that. I have to tell you, it's all a hard miss. It is a fail. It is a do not buy. It's a do not cross go, do not cross the borderlands, honey. Do not engage, do not look, do not assess, no. It's all a no. So with that being said, those are my final thoughts on that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching so far. Thanks, guys.